Hello everybody, it's Voodoo here. Welcome to October. Happy October to everyone. And this is a channel update for October 1st, Monday October 1st through Sunday October the 7th of 2012. So it's going to kind of be a different kind of channel update. I will do the normal channel update stuff. By the way, I do apologize that it's dark in here. This is literally as bright as my camera will go. It's just dark in this room. It's nighttime and the light bulb I have in here isn't very high powered. So this is as bright as it's going to get right now. So I do apologize if it's dark. But I will get to my normal channel update business. But before I do that, I have to address the elephant in the room. That's a topic that went on overnight last night into this morning, where basically I announced on Twitter and went ahead and did this on YouTube. I announced that I was creating a brand new channel and that I would be moving my main channel site to a different channel. I would be using this channel, Voodoo51292, as an archive channel. And I would be starting something completely new. I went ahead and actually created the new YouTube account and labeled this one as the archive channel and all kinds of stuff. And promised you that an update would come later. And then if anybody was following along, you'll realize that later today I posted, there was a massive uploading of videos of Borderlands 2, and then I posted a new tweet basically saying that the plans were changed and reversed, and that this would still be the home for me, this channel. So I'm going to try to go into what happened, trying to save you the excruciating detail, probably just try to summarize for you, but more or less, after experiencing a lot of problems as of late with the YouTube channel, and after consulting with my friends and thinking about it myself, I was on the verge of, and actually did for a time, create a brand new YouTube channel with the intent of stopping work on this channel and moving to a new channel. And the new channel was going to be completely different than, well, not completely, but it was going to be a different thing than this channel, Voodoo51292. It was going to be, basically I was going to stop doing full game playthroughs full time, and I would still do gameplay, but I was planning on doing mainly multiplayer gameplay, quick easy things to upload, maybe a couple full playthroughs here and there if it was a game that I was really excited about or really wanted to play on YouTube. But I was going to do that and then focus on other things. I was still going to do my game reviews, continue some of my series like Voodoo's Thoughts and all that kind of stuff. I had an idea for a weekly podcast, something that would be different than Voodoo's Brew, something that would be every week and would feature myself and my friends that are here, with me, Tyler and Dave that live with me, my friend Chris, who lived with us last year. Feature those guys and be like a weekly podcast, something different than Voodoo's Brew, because I feel like that was Brandon and I's thing, and now that we're both kind of like really busy and don't really have time to do that on a consistent basis anymore, just leave that alone and create something new. And maybe some other things on the channel. So it was going to be completely different, more or less. Again, not completely different. I was going to continue some of the things I was doing, but it was going to be a different type of thing. And there were a number of reasons for me deciding this. There were a number of factors, especially that went into me no longer doing full playthroughs anymore. But the biggest sticking point, the real reason that put me over the edge, and this would still be true if things hadn't changed very, very recently, but the internet speed here at my apartment, has taken a complete nosedive over the past couple of weeks. When we first moved in here, the internet was okay. It really resembled my internet at home. for a while, and it wasn't anything great, but it wasn't horrendous. It was about average, and it was taking me about the same amount of time to upload videos, around maybe an hour or a little bit more per video, like it would at my house back home. And that was livable because I had been dealing with that for some time. But unfortunately, over the past couple of weeks, the internet speeds have really dropped off here for no explained reason. And basically, my upload time wound up doubling, and sometimes going even over, to where it was taking me, hardwired into the wall now, it's taking me over 2 hours to upload one piece of gameplay footage, okay? And sometimes it would take me over 2 hours to upload one piece of gameplay footage. And obviously, when I'm playing games with a lot of parts, I'm playing games a lot, such as Borderlands 2, where I've already put in over 10 hours. You know, I played Darksiders 2, where I didn't even beat that game yet, and I've played 92 parts, and I'm trying to upload all this stuff. That's just not going to work. If I'm only able to put up 4 or 5 videos a day, and that's uploading all day, that's just not going to work. And so at that point, when I realized, I actually called the internet provider that we have here at the apartment, but the apartment provides that. There's really nothing that we can do about it. We can't upgrade it. We have to live with whatever it is. I called them, ran tests. Of course, they said everything was fine, even though we know that it's not. So I was really at kind of a dead standstill, and that problem really kind of pushed me over the edge and said, listen, I just can't do it anymore. I've been fighting off all these other problems of not having enough time to simply play the games, but if there's no way I can do this channel and play all these games if it's going to take me this long to upload videos. So I kind of had made the decision at that point that that problem mixed in with some of the other issues I was feeling with the channel, it was time to make a move. And so I went ahead late last night, set up the new channel, which I called Voodoo's Graveyard, set it all up, announced it on Twitter, and I was prepared to come to you today with a video in place of the channel update, explaining all this to you guys in full detail and talking about the new channel and what it would be and all that kind of stuff. Well, things changed big time this morning because I have classes at school that I take my laptop to take notes, and I was sitting in my history class this morning with my laptop, and it was history, so I was quite bored, and I had this idea that, you know, I wonder what the internet speeds are like at school, because school has, you know, Wi-Fi around the entire campus, and I knew it was pretty good internet, but I just wanted to, you know, for kicks, see how well the internet was. So I put on a video of Borderlands 2 to upload, a normal, you know, maybe 12-13 minute piece of gameplay to upload, and to my great surprise, it came back and told me that it only takes about 9 to 10 minutes to upload a normal piece of gameplay footage. So just think about that. Here, it takes me sometimes 120 to 130 minutes for one piece of gameplay footage, where at school on Wi-Fi, it takes me about 10. So at that point, I obviously got extremely excited, and you saw, over the course of just a few hours, a huge amount of Borderlands 2 footage go up, about 13 parts this morning, because literally all I did was just sit there and upload videos during that class and another class I had in the afternoon. And basically, I was so struggling to get Borderlands 2 caught up, and in the course of just a couple of hours of class, I'm basically completely caught up to Borderlands 2, minus 3 videos that I actually didn't have on my computer. I hadn't transferred them from my camera yet. So I am up to date. I'm just 3 videos behind on Borderlands 2. So after realizing that fact, I realized that my biggest problem, the problem that was really holding me down the most, is now solved. Because I can keep up with my uploads and actually put them up at lightning speed that would rival pretty much anybody's on YouTube. I just don't think it gets better than that. 10 minutes for a 10-minute upload for a 13-minute video, I just don't think that you can beat that. So the speeds that I can upload at school rival anybody's here on YouTube. And with knowing that, an idea that I can't believe I never thought of before. I now have decided that the other problems, the other hurdles I had are problems that I've been dealing with on this channel for a long time, and some you could probably guess, such as, like I said, not having enough time to actually play all the games. The fact that, you know, my channel is still struggling to gain viewership, and the fact that the views on the videos still aren't good, and the fact that I don't have a lot of viewer participation in the channel. All those kind of things, the normal things. But I really feel like I enjoy doing the full playthroughs so much, and the fact that I can now upload and keep up to date with my uploads, that I decided that I'm not gonna give up just yet, and I'm gonna continue to do what I do here, and I will continue to do full playthroughs, and I'll be able to get them up. So, what does this mean as far as the future of this channel and the other channel, Voodoo's Graveyard? Well, Voodoo's Graveyard will remain open, and it will be, as of now, it will serve as a backup channel, meaning basically if there's ever an emergency with this channel, if somehow it gets hacked or I get copyright strikes or anything like that, that's the channel, Voodoo's Graveyard, that I will default to give you information and things like that if I need an emergency backup. Second of all, it will also serve if in the future things still don't work out, I run into more problems and I decide that I do need to change, I will default to Voodoo's Graveyard as the new channel. But it will remain open, so I would ask everybody to go over there and subscribe. Again, it's youtube.com/Voodoo's Graveyard. You can find it in my recommended channels box on the lower right hand side of my screen on my homepage. So go over there and subscribe to it, because that channel will be open, and maybe I will find a use for it. You know, in conjunction with this channel, we'll just have to find out. So, what does that mean? Well, what it means is that the uploads will be a little bit more sporadic, but they will come in huge bunches. Okay, so definitely on Monday, Wednesdays, those are the days where I have classes. I take my computer to school with me. You'll see a lot of uploads. So, you know, if I do a lot of gameplay over the weekend or something like that, I'll get a lot of it up on Monday, and so forth. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I actually don't take my computer to school for class, and the breaks I have during the day are really just to eat and stuff like that. But what I can do is if I'm really behind or I really want to upload stuff, I can bring my computer on Tuesdays and Thursdays and maybe find some time during the day to sit down and queue some videos up to upload. Maybe I'll stay at school half an hour to an hour, you know, longer during the day, and pump videos through till I'm caught up. So really, uploads are not going to be much of a problem anymore. Now, with that being said, I'm basically not going to be doing massive uploads from this apartment because it's impossible. The uploads are way too long, and it bogs down the entire internet connection for everybody in the apartment, and we're always on our computers, so that's just not going to happen. The things that will be uploaded here are things that will have to be uploaded here, like these channel updates or single videos here and there, nothing big. So unfortunately, when I'm here, you know, when I stay at the apartment for the weekend, you won't really see any uploads over the weekend. You'll see a massive upload probably on Monday while I'm at school. But that's kind of how the uploads will work. But I will be able, uploading is no longer an issue. Let me just say that. It's not going to be an issue anymore. When I go home for the weekends to my actual house, I can still upload there because the internet there, you know what I mean, I've dealt with it. It takes about an hour to upload videos there, which isn't horrendous. I mean, it's bad compared to 10 minutes that I get at school, but it's not something that I can't live with. And my internet still runs when I'm uploading at home. Literally here at the apartment, when I put something on to upload, it crashes the internet to the point where, like, you can't even load full web pages. It just crashes. It's not that way at home. I can still operate on the internet while I'm uploading. So the upload issue is basically solved, which is obviously amazing, and I'm very happy about that. So, and I still have some plans to do the weekly podcast. I'm actually thinking of starting that this week with my friends Dave and Tyler joining me for the initial episode. I'm very excited. I think that we will be doing that. I think that we've decided on a name for the podcast called The Ritual. Not Voodoo's Ritual, just The Ritual. And I think that will be the name of our brand new podcast series. Separate from Voodoo's Brew, like I said, that was Brandon and I's deal, and I don't want to carry on that brand and not do it with him. You know what I mean? I just don't think it would be right. I think both of us made that show what it was, and if we're not going to both do it, then it's no longer going to be The Brew. It will be The Ritual, and we're aiming to do our first episode of that this week, and we'll try to get it up weekly. We'll see how that goes. So stay tuned for updates on that as it develops. Okay. So that's more or less the fiasco that went down with the channel. I'll be honest with you, I had an itchy trigger finger. I should have waited till today to let everything sort itself out and made sure this was really what I wanted to do before I went ahead and created a new channel. I made all these announcements and then backtracked on myself. But to be honest with you today, if I didn't have that idea of testing the internet at school, then that would have held, and I would be telling you right now that I'm moving and doing a new channel, and I'm changing what I'm doing. Luckily, because the school's internet is so good, it's not an issue, and I'm going to continue to do my playthroughs and do what I do. So, very happy about that, and I still look forward to the holiday season getting a 720p HD camera to start filming video games in HD, and hopefully, I'm very optimistic that that will hopefully bring in a much wider audience, because I'll be able to compete with HD video quality and also insanely fast uploads. So, looking forward to it, alright? So that's the rundown of what happened. So, after all that, back to channel update business, okay? Last week was Borderlands 2 week. That's what I did last week, played a lot of it. I've got 10 hours of footage of Borderlands 2. Didn't get to play as much of it as I had liked. You know, I talked about last week that optimal situation of playing like 16 parts a day for like 7 days or something like that. I knew that was probably not going to happen. That was just an optimal, what I was aiming for. But I got 48 parts recorded of Borderlands 2, so obviously not going to get that done before this week's release. I didn't think I was going to, okay? But that's okay, because I've decided I'm going to take a more kind of lenient approach to the channel and not kill myself. It's another game like Darksiders 2 that I don't want to speed through. I want to get the most out of Borderlands 2. It's a great game. I'm loving it. So I will do as much as I can of Borderlands, and I will shelve it for the time being as we start the next game, and then I will go back and continue it. But as of today, with the great internet at school, I am up to date. Like I said, I'm up to part 45. I have part 48 recorded, so I'm pretty close to being 100% up to date on Borderlands 2, which is good. I was planning on doing Voodoo's Thoughts last week, like I talked about, with the boycotting the NFL because of the lockout with the real referees and the replacement refs and all that kind of stuff. I filmed it, I had it ready to go, and I wound up not having to upload it because a couple of days after I filmed it, the NFL and the real refs struck a deal, and so I didn't have to boycott the NFL this weekend, so I wound up watching the games on Sunday and not doing Borderlands because I was watching the games and watching another disappointing late collapse by the Saints to drop to 0-4. So obviously not a very good season for them, and not a very good season for us Saints fans. But that's life. So I wasn't in much mood after that game to do any gameplay. But that's what happened last week, and I didn't get the Voodoo's Thoughts up because I didn't need to. It became a moot point. This week, what is coming out? I'm very excited, I have to say, about this week. And I think you guys will be as well. Today, which is Monday, and tomorrow, for as much as I can, and the reason I say as much as I can is because tomorrow, my friend Tyler has actually invited a bunch of his friends over, and we're having a get-together tomorrow night. They're going to make food and all that kind of stuff, so I'll be occupied for a lot of tomorrow night. But tonight and as much as I can tomorrow, I have a test Wednesday too. I just realized that. So yeah, I will be doing some more Borderlands 2. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm just going to play some, see how far I get, and as far as I get will be where I am And whenever I have some free time later in the year, I will go back and pick that game back up and beat it, just like I'll beat Darksiders 2 a little bit later. So after that, the new game for this week is Resident Evil 6, which comes out tomorrow, and I will be, hopefully, fingers crossed, getting the game on Wednesday from GameFly. Everything worked out fine with the new address here for Borderlands. So, but the cool announcement about this week is I'm actually going to be doing a full co-op playthrough, local co-op playthrough of Resident Evil 6 with my friend Dave. And again, we're not planning on beating the entire game before next week's release, which is Dishonored, but our plan is to actually play Resident Evil 6 till we beat it, and then I will start Dishonored. It'll be a little bit later, but Dave and I really want to get through Resident Evil 6, and then I will play Dishonored afterwards, because I've actually decided that I'm not going to play Medal of Honor, which comes out on the 23rd, so I basically have from now until October 30th, which is the release of Assassin's Creed 3, you know, to get through Resident Evil 6 and Dishonored. So I think we're going to just run straight through Resident Evil 6 till we beat it. Then I will pick up Dishonored and hopefully get that done before Assassin's Creed. Now it will be, I would assume it's going to be split screen because it's local. And I do apologize if people don't like the split screen because it's small and it's, you know, but that's the deal. Dave's not going to be purchasing a copy of Resident Evil 6 just to play when we can do it online, or not online, locally. But we will be doing a full local co-op playthrough of Resident Evil 6, followed with a co-op review of Resident Evil 6, the first co-op game review I'm ever going to do. I'm really looking forward to it. Dave's looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It's only going to be the second full co-op playthrough I've ever done. The only other one was Dead Island, which I did with Brandon last year, which was a complete blast. That was a ton of fun. So, really looking forward to doing it, and haven't done co-op gameplay in quite some time. So, get ready. Co-op playthrough of Resident Evil 6 this week. I'm excited about that. And that will be uploading this week, and you guys can enjoy that. So, that's the schedule for this week. More Borderlands 2. At some point, I will take advantage of the fast connection at LSU to catch up on Darksiders. I have about 20 parts still to upload from where I left off on Darksiders 2. I will upload those through the quick internet at school when I'm, you know, in a period where I'm caught up with everything else. But that is the game plan. So I'm very excited to be back on this channel, even though I didn't technically really leave. But I'm excited to have renewed hope and renewed optimism about this channel, and the fact that now the upload problem is basically solved is awesome. So we're going to keep plugging along. And, you know, I will play games. I will play as much of them as I can. And, you know, I'm actually not inundated with games this year like I was last year. It's just that the games that are coming out are extremely long. But I have a lot less games on my schedule to play at the end of this year than I did last year, so there really should be no reason why I can't beat all of these games. If not, you know, the week they come out, you know, later on in the year, maybe in December or something like that, like I did last year with Batman and Assassin's Creed Revelations and all that kind of stuff. I should definitely be able to get through all of these games at some point, so I'm looking forward to that. So that's the plan for this week, guys. Be on the lookout. Borderlands 2. A few more parts before we call it quits on Borderlands 2 for now. Full co-op playthrough of Resident Evil 6 over the course of this week and however long into next week, because it will take into next week. The game's supposed to be like 20 hours long. So we'll go into next week. We'll play through Resident Evil 6 till we beat it. Full co-op with Dave. Also be on the lookout for episode 1 of The Ritual this week. Hopefully we get it done. Our plan right now is to actually do it on Thursday night. So I will be able to maybe upload that on Friday. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of the plan. So the plan, so to speak. So alright, that was a really long update. I apologize, but I had a lot to say. I had to explain what happened recently with the channel and all that good stuff. But we're staying right here. Subscribe to Voodoo's Graveyard, just in case of emergency right now. And if we find a use for it, then then I will put stuff up over there. Alright, so thank you guys very much for watching. Be on the lookout for all kinds of cool stuff this week. If you like what you're seeing on the channel and you're new, well, even if you're old, I would really appreciate it if you commented and rated the videos. It really helps me out. And if you're new, it would be awesome if you would subscribe. All that stuff really helps me out, gives me a lot of confidence to keep doing what I'm doing and bringing you guys this gameplay. So, I'm Voodoo. Thank you guys very much for watching. Stay tuned this week, and I will see you with gameplay.